Per Bodyslam.net, WWE is not interested in bringing Paige back, and there have been no discussions about her return. In fact, there were absolutely no plans for her to appear at this month's Evolution PLE. Craziness. I didn't think that there was plans for her at the PLE. I don't know why people just sort of made that up, but whether or not there's discussions with WWE, I mean, how would anyone truly know who she's texted or phoned or who she's ran into at an airport or something? Like, we were at a con. Tony Khan? We don't know. So I would just say, that The Rock would love to have her in WWE. Still, let's put it that way. She was in that whole fight. They made a whole movie about her life, and The Rock, was in charge of that. And they got Florence Pugh to play her, So her, Zelina Vega, AJ Lee, I think they're all open door policy with WWE. But it's just like, where does it make sense? What role is she wants to wrestle again? We don't really see you wrestling. So what are you gonna do? GM of Evolve? We got someone to do that. So here's Matt Morgan, friend of the show. And he says, here's my hot take on how excellent Steph Vaquer always has been. So here's Matt Morgan's hot take with Raj Geary and Jack Farmer here. Jumping Jack Farmer. I'm going full force on podcast heat, massive heat. And here's his thoughts on Steph, who I just think is one of the best in the world, laying her claim to that. She has some more legacy to build before you can fully say that. But just as far as like in-ring talent, and like understanding how to get over and get her over, she's one of the top for me right now.
The perversion of Booker's comments on it, It takes away from how freaking talented she is, and he just gets a what for her move that she does, right, with her legs driving the dude. Like, that's a move many female and male talents have done over the years, including Tajiri. I didn't hear him talking like that when they were doing it, but he is with her in respect. That's his game if that's what he's doing. But it takes away from her, and it minimizes a very, very excellent female wrestler that she has what the kids call aura in flipping spades. She doesn't have to talk in the microphone, even though she can hold her own. She doesn't have to. Her facial expression.
Yeah, I agree with Morgan for the most part. It doesn't diminish it in any way. If she was trying to escape that and people kept doing it, then maybe. So I disagree with him on that aspect of it. But yes, his analysis of her work, I think, is spot on. And I'll try not to die in between pauses here, chat.
She can hold her own. She doesn't have to. Her facial expressions. Go back and watch this match right here. The main event match. Go back and watch it. Tell me between her and...
Swallowed down the wrong pipe? What is that? Doing what?
Io Sky. Besides Io Sky doing this at her crescendo of her high spot she hit. Besides that, tell me between those two talents who non-verbally got more over in that match tonight. Without question, it's Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah, I just think they're too... Io makes everyone look like $1 billion, too. Stephanie makes everyone look like $1 million. Roxanne speaks on recent online threats made towards her. She says, I always heard about these stories, but I never really expected them to happen, especially so soon. The situations like that can be very scary, and I think that people should take these things seriously, and I think that people should be very careful with what they post online because you don't know how it can affect other people. WWE does a great job at protecting us, and regardless of whatever's posted online or whatever threats happened online, WWE has the best security in the world. So yeah, I feel very safe with the WWE. Well, not if you watch the shows every week there, Roxanne. These securities look like a bunch of J-Brones. WWE Late Night featuring comedian Tony Hinchcliffe during SummerSlam weekend has been canceled. One source at the venue said that the event was canceled by WWE and that ticket sales for the event had been light, according to PW Insider. So here's the thing. I've said it before. These roasts and these sorts of like Tony Hinchcliffe, WWE Late Night, we're going to roast, we're going to tell dirty jokes, and it's going to be awesome for the adults. You need to televise it or it's not worth it. It's just literally not worth it to anybody. You need to at least film that and air it on Netflix or something. Nobody wants to go to one of these roasts unless it's like a roast battle, but even those all get uploaded. So people don't want to go to these if it's not like an affair of... Like, if you guys listen to the audio for the roast, the WrestleMania roast, there's like a lot of wrestling marks in the crowd, obviously. And a lot of them are like doing the wrestling chants and shit. It's not like a typical comedy crowd. So unless this thing's on TV, you're just going to attract like sickos and wackos, you know, who want to see the wrestlers do shit. Otherwise, it's just not worth it. If I was them, I'd just do it. I'd do it on TV or just not at all. Moving along here. So per Fightful, Karrion Kross has told multiple wrestlers that neither he nor Scarlett have signed new deals with WWE, and they haven't even been offered new contracts. His current deal is set to expire in August. Yeah, so I think it's safe to say that he'll stick around with the company. So they're saying his deal's set to expire next month. Yeah, so coming right up. So we'll know. I mean, he's about to get a big win at SummerSlam, if I'm guessing, right? He's going to win the trilogy with Sammy. That has to be the way they're going with this story. Otherwise, they really got nothing for Sammy, and they really ain't pulling the trigger on Kross. So I'm interested to see what happens. I think he'll stick around, bro. I just think WWE is where he's supposed to be at. Speaking of where they're supposed to be at, it's announced Dragon Lee in AAA at Triple Mania 33. It's Dragon Lee, El Hijo del Vikingo, Dominik Mysterio, El Grande Americano in a four-way. So WWE superstars essentially for the championship. And Dominik Mysterio showed up at a AAA show. He attacked some folks, and he got Stone Cold Steve Austin level pops. And I'm not exaggerating. We have multiple videos and audios of this. And this is on HBO Max, some AAA action here. Dom shows up in a max. Let me max you a question.
Oye, ¿quién está subiendo al ring? ¿Qué es esto? ¿Quién se metió? Security, ¿dónde está la seguridad? Se metió. ¡No! ¡Es Dominik Mysterio! ¡Dominik! ¡El campeón intercontinental! ¡Ya golpeó a Dragon Lee! ¡No! ¡Qué momento! ¡Gracias, lucha libre! ¡Gracias, Triple A!
Listen to that heat. And this doesn't do it justice. I'm going to play you another clip.
¿Qué está pasando? ¿Tiene el mega
But even this does do it justice, but like, trust me.
campeonato en mano? Pues creo que uno más se quiere sumar a esta fiesta. No lo puedo creer. ¿Qué está pasando esta noche?
When's Triple Mania? Should we do a PWT stream for Triple Mania? Get me the date on that, and then I'll figure out if we'll do a stream for that shit. Because come on now. Look at that four-way match for the title. I'm here for that, Eric.
Está mal. No está mal. Se va a ver frente a frente. Tiene el titán. Bajaron al hijo del vikingo. ¿Será que en Triple Manía puede pasar esto? Vamos a escuchar a Dom.
And El Grande getting big pops as well. He's a German dude playing a American dude playing a Spanish dude who does. Also at AAA, Alberto Del Rio has been forced to leave AAA after losing to El Messias tonight. He is gone. He's done. And even though they kind of got a babyface run out of him, like in the end there, not even a run, I guess, like an event, a month's worth of shit out of it. I just think he'll be behind the scenes. He'll just work as a producer. He won't be on TV. And then he'll probably take bookings elsewhere, like just random, wherever he can get booked, you know? And I don't think that'll be too big of a problem for him, especially in Mexico. And I could even see them doing... Or maybe not, because I totally see them taking this AAA shit and doing like a weekly YouTube show and airing it on the WWE channels. Why wouldn't you do that? And then if they don't want Alberto a part of that, then there you go. So El Grande Americano, he got the entire crowd singing with him. Of course, this is Ludwig speaking in Spanish to the Mexican masses here, and they are eating this shit up. He's really embraced the El Grande thing as well. We're not trying to work ourselves into a work shoot here, brother. Just being real about it. Him and Gable. Like, are we going to get... So is this what we're going to get eventually? Gable versus Ludwig, Grande versus Grande, like Grande Dos, Mask versus Mask? Like, how funny would that be? How good would that be? And like, it almost doesn't matter who loses, kind of, because, or is there like two El Grandes team up? I want to see two El Grandes fight, man.
Yo soy mexicano. Amo México. Amo los mexicanos. Mi colores verde, blanco, rojo. ¡Viva México, güey! Es verdad, güey. Yo soy mexicano. Chingonas y chingones. Escúchame. De la Sierra Morena, cielito lindo, de bajando. Un patriótico negros, de contrabando. Ay, 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 canta dolores, porque cantando se hace y corremos los corazones.
Yeah, so I don't know how people don't see this as like a net positive for WWE and AAA just in general. Like, they're bringing so much attention to it. Speaking of attention to it, AAA World Tag Team Champions Los Garzas throw down an open challenge for any team to challenge them next week on SmackDown for their titles. So I don't even know if I want to play this. We'll probably get sniped up, but we're going to defend the AAA World Tag Team titles on SmackDown next week, which is kind of wild if you think about it. Like, what timeline do we live in where this is happening? I'm marking out for this shit hard. And yeah, this will be cool. And they're taking the time to promote it enough, I guess. It would be cool. Like, it's very AEW of them. And I just hope that whatever team shows up, it's just like some AAA guys and they squash them type shit. Well, what does that do for the partnership, Brian? Well, you got El Grande and Dominik, and, you know, they're going viral and all this shit. Like, you know, it's an even exchange. And these titles get showcased on TV, and it helps. Like, if the approach is, hey, we own AAA and we work with TNA or whatever the fuck, then so far I'm just seeing them elevate TNA and elevate AAA to where more people are talking about it. I don't think like AEW working with New Japan got more people talking about New Japan, right? Or like Tony Khan buying ROH were more people talking about it. I really don't think. Maybe like in that instance, but it's about the same, if not less, right? Like ROH, I've always had this saying, I've said it a billion times. You guys are probably going to mock me. It's like Joe Rogan bringing up wolves on his fucking podcast, okay? But I've always said it. Like, if 1 million people were going to watch Ring of Honor, they would have fucking watched Ring of Honor already. You know, there's nothing you can do to it to, you know, unless it gets revitalized like TNA did, but I just don't ever see that happening. I don't know. I think it's a net positive working with AAA and TNA and all these other companies. So El Grande Americano is, yeah, he's just meeting with all the fans like after as well. There's people going nuts for him, singing with him and to him. Yeah, so he's just getting it even more over than Gable could, because he can actually speak Spanish and shit. You know what I mean? So it's quite interesting, to say the least. Okay, so here's the footage of, well, we already watched El Grande's promo, so we don't need to watch that again. But here is the unedited audio, like in the crowd version. This is what, if you were in the audience, what you were hearing. And Triple H made sure to upload this to his Twitter for Dominik Mysterio's return to AAA. Let's listen. I have to fix my fucking speakers from being blown out. And here's the thing, right? Like in Mexico, they're dying for, we want WWE Raws and shit. They're dying for that right now. To them, if they are like, well, I go to AAA shows, I want to AAA shows, I want to see WWE shows and that. For Dom to possibly be their champion, that's a huge thing. And they're so down for it. And WWE, it's like, well, why? We can just blow AAA up and have them use a bunch of our stars and shit like that and get people experience. And I just love it. I love that WWE's doing this. This is one of the definite positive changes since Vince left. So breaking news, here is the card for GCW Wrestling presents the ID Showcase on August 1st in Rutherford, New Jersey to kick off SummerSlam weekend. So the WWE ID Men's Championship, Cappuccino Jones versus Jack Cartwheel. The most like carny wrestling fucking names ever. The ID Women's Championship match, Kylie Ray versus Zara Zacher versus Zeta Steele. Those three ladies should be the three. They're getting the biggest names out there on the indies, like getting the most push from fans and the ID program and all that. Special challenge match, Timothy Thatcher versus Aaron Rourke. Non-title match, the Evolve champion Jackson Drake versus Jordan Oasis. A 6-man tag team challenge, Brad Baylor, Ricky Smokes, and Bryce Donovan of the Vanity Project versus Marcus Mathers, I'm an Alcoholic, Alec Price, and Jordan Oliver. Grudge match, Aaron Roberts versus It's Gal. And a special challenge match, Ice Williams versus Bobby Orlando. So there you go. Those all sound like names from the movie The Wrestler. Like that, those are all people that Randy the Ram would face in the movie The Wrestler. So WWE is currently not planning to sign Saraya, allegedly. As revealed at SDCC, new LJN figures are back. Check out photos of the first series. So who grew up watching these? Speaking of member berries, watching these, playing with these rather. I'm all over the place. Dusty Rhodes, they made one of, which I think is really cool. Wasn't that like the best-selling one or one of them? And then a John Cena, and then Logan Paul somehow wormed his way into getting one of those. So Goldberg said this on CarCast. Gunther stayed 30 minutes to an hour afterwards. After I was talking to all my friends in the back, the kid's got class. He's got a lot of class. I cannot say enough good things about him, and hopefully his future's filled with nothing but awesome stuff. But fuck that guy in my retirement. No, he didn't say that last part. I made that up. But he might as well have said that, with his comments on Ariel Helwani show. So Jacob Fatu and other wrestlers were at San Diego Comic-Con. Of course, like Jey Uso and CM Punk were there together. Yeah, guys, check that out. If you're a nerd like me, you like shit like that. So Jacob Fatu was asked how he felt so far in WWE.
For real, just sitting up here looking at everybody out there, man, it's mind-blowing. It's real life-changing. Like you said, oh man, 100. But before me, there was it started way back off of Sika and them, long lineage, including our family, my uncle. So before me, man, I'm just happy to be actually a part of the bloodline. Happy to be a part of the dynasty. Happy to be here in WWE. So thank you very much, man.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. He's doing the damn thing. Goldberg injured in retirement match at WWE Saturday Night's main event, allegedly. WWE waived a clause they have with arenas, which this is according to the newsletter, so who knows if this is real or not. But apparently, WWE waived a clause that they have with arenas, which prevents the venue from promoting another pro wrestling event before their own show takes place. This allowed TNA to announce Bound for Glory for the Tsongas Center in Lowell, Massachusetts for October 12 before WWE's own show in the building on August 24. So there you go. A great partnership then, right, Dave? So that would be a beneficial part of the partnership. TNA can swoop in and get these buildings even before the Fed. Nikki Bella says all of her talking scenes in Happy Gilmore 2 were cut from the finished product. Now, I watched Happy Gilmore 2 last night. I was fairly buzzing. I may have been a little drunk, maybe a little tipsy, maybe a little on the drunk side, not going to lie, right? And I watched Happy Gilmore 2, and it's an utter travesty. It is an utter garbage, TikTok-brained piece of shit. It has zero soul like the original, but if you just like watching Adam Sandler do funny shit with his friends and like some callbacks to some characters, and you know, it's like the member berries thing. Like we all pop for that a little bit. It's just mindless fun. That's all it is. It's just like a mindless fun movie where shit's funny here and there. You know, there's a couple funny gags, and like the premise actually works. I don't want to spoil it if no one saw it, but like the premise is actually really good. It would make sense for a Happy Gilmore movie. You're like, oh, okay. Like during the intro part, you're like, okay, that works. Actually makes a lot of sense. That's a better idea than I thought. And then it just completely, like the third act is just like, what the fuck happened to this movie? You know, it was so bad. And some of the cameos were just straight forced in there by the Illuminati, clearly. But Nikki Bella said, I remember hearing a few months ago that 20 minutes was going to have to be cut out. I've been praying. So it's over 2 hours, I think. So how was there an extra 20 minutes? It feels like they put everything in there that they could and didn't want to cut anything out. But she says, I've been praying that it wouldn't be my stuff. Well, guess what? All my talking stuff got cut, not just me. It's the whole group of people that I filmed with. So she plays Becky Lynch's caddy. So MJF is in the movie. Like, if you weren't a fan of MJF, he's just one of the kids. Like, he kind of stands out as, oh, that's the oldest brother, and he's like the oldest buffer of the brothers, you know? But other than, and he kind of leads the pack of the siblings. But other than that, he's not he doesn't stand out too much. Like, if you know who he is, you're like, oh, cool, that's MJF. He's in it quite a bit. You're like, damn, that's good for him. Becky Lynch is in it she's like in some of the worst shit in the movie ever. And she's like one of the golfers. And then Nikki Bella plays her caddy, and it's a blink and you'll miss it. I actually didn't realize I had to look up on Reddit after to see exactly where she was. I was like, I didn't even spot her. So I looked on Reddit, and then someone had a screen grab of her. She's like standing behind Becky for like 1 second. And then I guess she had talking lines. They all got cut. Thank God. Lucky for her is what I tweeted out. But she says, I mean, I'm not going to lie, inside I was really bummed and devastated. I was sad. I almost wish I knew, especially because I did media right before that. You don't even end up knowing my name. Who gives a fuck? You're a fucking caddy. You didn't end up knowing the caddy's name either until this movie from the first movie. Speaking of knowing names, though, Donkey from Shrek is a huge Jacob Fatu and OTC mark, dude.
What's up, my friend? How you doing? Look at this. How you doing, brother? I'm doing good, man. You blessing me with a wonderful Samoan werewolf. Yeah, I love you too, man. So wait, quick question. Are you excited that the one true tribal chief came back last Monday? Isn't that cool? Look at that, man. The OTC, we living in a good time, brother. Here it is. Let's get you a picture. Cheers. Acknowledge him. I love that, brother. Heck yeah. Well, of course, brother. Good to see you, my friend.
Amazing. Give that guy a raise right now. Have him debut on SmackDown and team with JC Mateo. Immediately, pal. Shawn Michaels says he is not bothered by how the DX versus Brothers of Destruction match at WWE Crown Jewel 2018 went. He says, it so doesn't bother me. I don't care that it went. If that's going to be the one blemish out of the whatever, the 599, that went fantastic. You put one blemish on it and that's I could care. Yeah, no one could badger me enough to make me feel bad about that. Yeah, I wouldn't either. And just shit went wrong. They just shouldn't have done it. It was too forced. So Our Lady Peace, the band behind Chris Benoit's iconic theme song, has released an updated version of the song. So again, they played it in concert not that long ago. I think like in Edmonton. And then they made a statement saying like, yeah, it's not, it was a great song. And it was. That song fucking ruled. Same with Kane's like Finger 11 remix to his theme. That shit ruled too. But Our Lady Peace said it's been 23 years since the tragic events surrounding WWE wrestler Chris Benoit and the theme song we wrote for him. We feel that enough time has passed that it was necessary to re-record whatever to help shine a light on self-deletion prevention and mental health awareness. We're donating all monies earned from streaming whatever to deletion prevention initiatives across North America. And yeah, let's listen first.
Back, holding me back.
Original's better. Should it? The original's better, just being honest. So CM Punk reveals that he and his wife AJ Lee have recently been playing Resident Evil and Silent Hill together. Couples that game together stay together, daddy.
If I'm not working, I try to be a homebody. I like hanging out with my dog and my wife. My wife and I will play video games together, which is sometimes very, very stressful.
Yeah.
We've recently, I'm bad. She's super into like the Resident Evils, and I think we just played one of the remastered Silent Hills, and I think we beat that. And playing horror video games with my wife makes me fall in love with not only her all over again, but the horror genre. Because when there's jump scares, she's sitting right next to me, and I mean, screaming in my ear. If she had a bucket of popcorn, it would be in the air. And I'm like, haven't you played this game before? You know, like, but it's still like, it still gets her. So it's fun.
So Dylan Postel, Hornswoggle, says, so excited to be teaming up with WWE and Fanatics again this week. Guys, I have a Fanatics affiliate code below. If you go and buy any WWE merch, any Hulk Hogan memorabilia, use my link below and you directly support PWT and WWE, and it's no extra cost or anything like that. It's just a little link you use, and yeah, show some love. Friday, August 1st at the American Dream Mall in New Jersey. Get your tickets now. So shout out Swoggle, man, doing work with WWE. I was always such a Finley fan. I would love to see Fit Finley. I would love to see him and Swoggle like in the WWE games as like a nostalgia. So coming back, speaking of comebacks, coming back to Josh Barnett's Bloodsport, GCW Bloodsport, Pete Dunne will be at Bloodsport, and Charlie Dempsey. So that's good shit right there, pal. Kiana James is now the official representation for Giulia. What a nice touch on SmackDown, adding Kiana James. Obviously, they're high on her, and she's on SmackDown sort of speaking for Giulia and is like her representation. And it just makes Giulia seem more of like a prize fighter type, more of like a lethal weapon type, more of like a legitimate champion who's like, just talk to my representation and I'm your United States champion and I'm just going to go fight, and because that's what I do best, and I'll let her do the talking, and I have someone in my corner, gets more heat on me. When I cut promos in Japanese and knee bitches in the face, it kind of gets me over more, like as a baby face, you know, because people think that's cool, but Kiana can get some heat and all that. And I like it. I like the pairing. It's a little out of left field, but it's something different. It's better than like sticking her in with the Kabuki Warriors or some shit, you know, like this is her own thing. And I like it. Great addition to SmackDown. Speaking of Giulia, here her English has gotten so good in the meanwhile. And here's Giulia at San Diego Comic-Con.
Is made by Japanese artists, and I have deep respect for their work. Yeah, and my favorite right now is current yellow and blue gear. Yeah.
Love it.
Thank you.
Love it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that I didn't use yellow much before, so I wasn't sure at first, but it turned out, oh my God, great. I thought when it arrived at my home, I was like, oh, will be so cool as a figure. So I hope one day it becomes figure.
Bill, are we listening, Bill?
Yeah, she's just got, you know, the kids overuse it. It's just the aura. It's just something about her. You know, it's like that Shinsuke thing. She gives off that Shinsuke vibe, kind of, you know. Upcoming Mattel WWE Street Fighter mashup. So Kenny Omega's punching the air right now. But the Ultimate Warrior is Blanca, right? And then we have the final boss, Rock, as M. Bison, dude. That one actually works. I actually want that. That's cool as fuck. And then you have Rey Mysterio as Ryu, which I guess, I don't know. Maybe Cody Rhodes would fit in there. Or is that not? Or like a John Cena, but whatever. Rey got the look, so good for him. The Rock as M. Bison. It's like that's who they should have casted as M. Bison in the movie. No. Yeah, so that, ladies and gentlemen, was WWE news. We have a little bit more Hulkster stuff, but it's on the conspiratorial side, folks. So we're going to